It is now 10:06 and the SSDAC meeting is hereby called to order.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Scott.
We will get an echo feedback because the two computers at the same time.
I'll do that quite all right.
You're welcome to join us at the table. We are not that fussy. Come on up.
Okay. I didn't want to be presumptuous.
No. Did we get the echo?
Yes, I would ask for that.
Okay, so
Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott Roper. I'm the supervisor for sign review inspections. I'm going to be presenting 6 certificates of appropriateness. Number 1, we've got 2502-180023 at 655 West Illinois Avenue, Winwood Village Sign District. We've got 2502-180024 at 655 West Illinois Avenue, Winwood Village Sign District. 2502-180028 at 2000 South Llewellyn Avenue at Winwood Village Sign District.
You may want to share it from the screen for
As my apologies.
there we go.
All right. 2502-180029 at 65 West Illinois Avenue, Winwood Village Sign District. 2502-220005 655 West Illinois Avenue, Winwood Village Sign District. 2502-220008 655 West Illinois Avenue, Winwood Village Sign District. These six CAs are applications for certificates of appropriateness by Annette Witherspoon of SSC Signs and Lighting LLC for 6 illuminated detached signs at the Winwood Village Shopping Center. 2 will face Zane, 2 will face Illinois, and 1 will face Ludlow, and 1 will face Bancroft. These are located at the Winwood Village Sign District, and they are zoned RR. Number 1 is 2502-180023. Is a 1,020 square foot illuminated multi-tenant pylon sign bearing the Winwood Village logo. The second is the same, 2502-180024, 1,020 square foot illuminated multi-tenant pylon sign bearing the Winwood Village logo. The third, 2502-180028, is a 110.7 square foot illuminated multi-tenant monument sign bearing the Winwood Village logo. Fourth is 2502-180029, a 110.7 square foot illuminated multi-tenant monument sign bearing the Winwood Village logo. 2502-220005 is a 42.6 square foot illuminated subdivision sign bearing the Winwood Village logo and a non-commercial message. 2502-220008 is a 42.6 square foot illuminated subdivision sign bearing the Winwood Village logo and a non-commercial message sign. These are 6 signs. They're 3 groups of 2 the same signs. There's 2 pylon, 2 monument, and 2 subdivision signs.
Yeah, if your presentation would let us just talk about the 2 pylon first, Scott, and then the monument signs and then the subdivision signs.
We can do that.
And just point of clarification to get on the record, because the old historic Winwood sign
Yes.
that was there which was in the original sign district, that one is remaining, so that
Correct.
none of these signs are going to replace that
Correct.
because there was some, I'll call it emotional attachment to keeping that sign.
Correct. That sign remains.
Okay,
And that was part of the.
that was part of our subdivision, was part of
Mhm.
our sign district.
Applicable code sections met is 51A-7.2400 Winwood Village Sign District. This is an excerpt from the purpose statement. I'll let you read that if you wish. Subject site is located within the Winwood Village Sign District. The site is approximately 4.5 miles southwest of City Hall, west of I-35. And here's the location map illustrating the location of the district. An aerial map and a zoning map of the district. Okay, the first two signs are the pylon signs, and this is the first of the two. The proposed sign is labeled as number 17, is located on Zang Boulevard at the Winwood Plaza entrance. You can see it pointed here in red with the red arrow.
Where's the class, the original class of the sign?
The classic old one,
In the middle of the property.
that's one of the, that's not the original one, the one that you showed earlier that had the old Lynn with the green. and
Right.
white.
Yeah.
I can bring that one up if you would like to see what.
No, just, you can go back just to that, right
Oh.
there, show where's the original sign.
Right here.
Yeah, it's more.
Yeah, it's more internal to
Yeah,
the
okay.
sign.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of centered in space.
And it's just a tower sign that has a Winwood spelled out vertically.
Okay,
This is the existing sign that will be torn down and replaced. This is one of two multi-tenant pylon signs allowed in this SPSD. This sign will be 1,020 square feet and will not exceed 46 feet in height, which is well within what's allowed. This is the diagram of what they're proposed. It's 45 foot 4 inch tall, 25 foot 11.5 inches wide, with an area, effective area of 1,020 square feet, colors of bronze, lime green, black, dark gray. When installed, it's going to have empty tenant panels to be filled
Right.
later. As engineering. This is the second location proposed as labeled as sign number 9, and you can see it pointed at a red arrow. This will be located on Illinois Avenue at the Winwood Village entrance. I believe that's also Llewellyn. This is the existing sign that will be removed and replaced with this sign. The exact same sign, same dimensions. And same engineering.
Okay, Scott, go back to the map for just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My one question is, since you would potentially have tenant signs all through, all the way down to the concrete base, is that far enough out of visibility triangle so that it doesn't impede somebody from being able to exit from the shopping center?
Yes. Yes. And these particular signs, the pylon signs, they're allowed one per street frontage. So they will have one on Zang and one on Illinois. Would you like me to go ahead and move on to the monument signs?
No, but since we had high winds last time, the structure of these signs and the way that the tenant signs will be arranged, sorry about my voice. Has the engineering been done on sustaining, quote, gale force
oh,
winds?
absolutely,
Yes, yes.
I just didn't,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I missed that.
All of the engineering is
Can you zoom in on the depth of the foundation there?
Yeah, the foundation, it's sunk deep enough that
Yeah,
that should be good. I didn't know about the material
well,
that
there's gonna be
was used.
steel behind there,
Yeah.
yeah.
Murphy, if you guys have any questions too, you wanna hop in here, Murphy and Todd?
Sure, I actually do have a question. For the tenants, when, when the tenants come on board, do each of those panels need to come to committee or is that considered a phase replacement?
They would not have to come to committee just due to the size.
Okay,
So they would have to be consistent with the material and everything that's spec out.
Right, it would all be director approval because of
the square footage.
Yep, square footage, yeah.
okay, got it. That makes sense.
The signs that are up now,
Yes, sir.
two foundations, will those be removed?
Yes.
This is all new.
Correct.
This will not be built on top of the old.
Correct.
All right.
Any other questions? Okay.
I'm sorry. So the existing pylons, they're coming out all together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. A big old sign.
One thing I didn't ask, guys, did you want to vote on these, like the two pylon signs, or do you want to take them all as a group?
Why don't we just do them two at a time then?
Two at a time?
So I'll motion to approve.
Okay, motion by David.
I'll second that motion.
Was that Todd? Todd,
It is.
okay, second by Todd. And then because we're doing virtual hybrid meeting, we'll do a roll call vote. Okay. Murphy, your vote, Lisa, on these two?
Yay, yes, approve.
Okay. Todd, your vote?
Approved.
Okay. David?
Approve.
Louis?
Yeah.
And both your votes. Aye. So we have a unanimous decision on those two. Okay, we're moving on to the next.
Okay. This is the first of the monument signs. This is proposed as sign 18. You can see it pointed out at the bottom in red. It's to be located on Zang Boulevard at the Winwood Drive entrance. This is the one that's located on the Llewellyn address. This bottom little corner is its own little tract of land within the property. This is one of two multi-tenant monument signs allowed in the SPSD. The sign will be 110.7 square feet and will not exceed 6 feet in height. And you can see the proposed location in the photo. This is the proposed sign. Dimensions are 5 foot 4 inch tall by 22 foot 6 inch wide. The effective area is 110.7 square foot. Colors bronze, lime green, black, dark gray, and white. And you can see the tenant panels on the end there. The engineering. This is the second location. Proposed sign labeled as sign 11. It's located on Illinois Avenue on the Ludlow Drive entrance. This is the proposed location. This is the second of the two multi-tenant monument signs allowed in this SPSD. This sign will also be 110.7 square feet and not exceed 6 feet in height. It's the exact same sign. Exact same dimensions, effective area, and colors.
So go back to where the sign was gonna be. Okay, if you're putting a sign in this area, is it going to impact that tree and the tree's not coming out, is it?
That would be.
Okay, we'd be happy to have you guys step in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So currently we've actually secured approval for an amended site plan in this area that's going to rework the entrance drive. If you're out there, you can kind of see right now where there's some like directional parking and things like that. So we're actually eliminating that to create a two-lane entrance drive in each direction to, create a safer environment. So with that, because of the grading, that tree does get displaced and you would have the new sign approximately in its place as well as that where that turnaround is today. You can kind of see it on the site plan if you look a little closer, it's so big. But you can see with how the configuration is different than it is today, where you've got a right out on the egress side and then a left turn on the egress side. And then on the entrance side, you've got two lanes coming in that eventually one peels off to the right to go into Wynwood Plaza. The other one continues straight into the rest of the center.
It's just to prevent future issues. There's a requirement for a visibility triangle.
Correct.
In that zone, so just make sure that you comply with.
Absolutely.
So the drive that we see that's going south is gonna go away in this new arrangement. If you go back to the picture, so this little curved drive off to the right is going on, correct?
Oh, it goes away, correct. The
Because
median,
for your sign there,
exactly.
so that's getting reconfigured.
The median is narrowed up. Instead of having the 2 rows of parking, it's just the minimum to finish the sign and promote safety.
Gotcha, okay.
David, you live near there, because you know the tree hugger in me. Sorry about that, guys. But when you go out there, it seems like somebody was telling me when I was over there on Saturday, I didn't get to go to the shopping center, but haven't they started planting some additional landscape and everything?
We have, so, recognizing the age of the center, we've got some pretty mature trees out there. We've made a very concerted effort to save them wherever possible, but in some cases, just given the creative grading plans that existed back when the center was developed, it's just difficult. So what we've been doing is in partnership with the planning department, kind of creating a bank, recognizing we've been doing this in phases, and we've just said, hey, our goal is to plant everything back on property to the extent we possibly can and mitigate just paying into the tree bank. So we're utilizing all of these large open parking fields that we have and putting in the little tree diamonds throughout. And then
So you bring those to compliance.
exactly. And then especially along the backside where we abut Wynwood North, we're really trying to plant that buffer back there to, provide a little bit of, security and lighting buffer from them as those trees mature. So we're trying to minimize the impacts, but keep as much on property as we can since it's just such a large, wide open area.
Okay, and technically, the signage is our purview,
Mhm.
but being a rabid tree hugger and a master gardener, I
Agreed.
appreciate that. And the compliments that I heard on Saturday when I was having tea with a lot of the activists in Oak Cliff and in that
Love to hear
area,
that.
they were very complimentary about the fact that you were taking care of trees.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's one of the things that gives the center a lot of character as opposed to a lot of the other centers in the
Well,
area.
and everybody looks for a shade tree to park under. and
I
things like that.
Agreed. No, so any tree impacts have been dealt with as part of the site planning process that this folds into.
And as I said, it's not in our purview in this committee, but.
Totally understand. It's dealt with. I
We have to deal with the landscape plan when it comes up. Okay.
appreciate that.
Do these 5-foot signs impede anybody's vision when they're in a car looking left or right to turn?
They shouldn't. I think they have, and Nikita, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think there's about like a 15-foot setback from the property line, so that gives you, at least a car's
So the
length.
car can pull up and see unimpeded.
Okay, the visibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, the requirement is 20 feet. If it is a driveway, if it is considered a street, then it's 45 degree
Okay.
visibility.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions or concerns?
Negative.
Stella, did you have some other slides you wanted to share with us on those?
That was all on these two.
Okay. Then, do we have any questions or concerns, guys, that are virtual?
No, ma'am.
No, I don't either.
Okay, then, if there are no further questions or objections, do we have a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
Okay, Murphy,
I'll
motion, David seconds. Okay, you're not getting a chance to participate much. We'll do our roll.
Come on,
call.
Commissioner Hall, you can jump on in anytime.
We're so glad to have a real life commissioner here with us. We're just tickled to death.
Was that Murphy
Okay.
motion?
Yes.
Murphy was the motion, David was the second. Okay, Todd, your vote, please, sir.
Approved.
Approve. Murphy?
Approved.
Commissioner?
Approved.
In favor.
Okay, and the chair votes aye as well. Okay. you know, we had hopes while we're waiting for stuff to blow up this next slide, we had hopes that this was going to revitalize that area, just getting it updated and everything.
Big time.
Feedback from the community has been
Pretty
good because
exciting.
I spend a lot of time in the Oak Cliff and West Dallas area.
Thankfully, hear that.
What are the anchor stores? I see there's Kroger, but what else?
The large space right now, that's a Target that's being developed right now. Yeah, it's underway. So that'll become the main anchor for the center. We did recently open a Burlington store, over, near where the Ross is today. That used to be the
There a fitness center or something there.
LA Fitness is
Yeah.
directly, if you're looking at Target, it's directly to the right. It's the box that replaced the old professional building that used to be out there.
And then there were some little restaurants and stuff on the perimeter and stuff. Because
Correct.
it's been a while since I drove out there to do
Sure.
site inspection.
Right where you see sign 11, immediately planned north of that, above it, is currently a Chase branch. If you go right above that, that's a new Chase branch that's being developed to replace it. And once that's done, we'll recapture that building and replace it with a 2-tenant restaurant building that'll have Chipotle and Kava in it. So we've got a few other things in the works right now.
There's Cane's, Popeyes, and Burger King.
Correct. And Taco Bell is on the hard corner of Zane, Illinois, and they're currently scraping their building and building a new prototype. We've recast their lease. And we're talking to a few different casual dining restaurants for the pad on the opposite side of Sign 11's drive there to, ideally take that and provide something a little different for the area. Good. So we're working our way through it.
It's just mostly, it's all casual dining.
It's either a mix of quick service or fast casual and casual dining. You're welcome. Thank you.
These last two signs are the subdivision signs. This is sign number 14, located at the Bancroft Drive entrance. You can see it pointed out in the red arrow. This is one of 2 LED illuminated subdivision signs allowed in this SPSD. This sign will be 42.6 square feet and will not exceed 5 feet in height. You can see the proposed location pointed out here in this photo. The dimensions are 4 foot, 11 inches tall by 14 foot, 5 inches wide. The effective area is 42.6 square foot. Colors are bronze, lime green, black, dark gray, and white. You can see the proposed sign here. It'll have the logo, Wynwood Village, and then the non-commercial message on the back. Something similar to thank you for listening, come back soon. Engineering. And then the second location is number 15, located at the Ludlow Drive entrance. And you can see the proposed location here, pointed out by red arrow. This is the second of the 2 LED illuminated subdivision signs allowed. This sign will also be 42.6 square feet and will not exceed 5 feet in height. The exact same proposed sign, same dimensions, area, and colors, and the same engineering.
I just had one question about semantics.
Yes.
And when I first got out of college, I was an advanced placement English teacher, so pardon the difference. Okay, and the verbiage on the signs talked about may contain may convey a it used the term may on the non-commercial message, which is the thank you for visiting, come back soon.
Correct.
May means it could be, but it also implies that something else could be put there. So you want to just say must be. And that's semantics because may conveys possibility rather than affirmative that it would be a non-commercial message. I'm sorry. I apologize for being a former English
From
teacher.
That's
In one of my previous lives. Okay, yeah, because that was one thing I thought, I went, well, wait a minute. I had to reread the sentence twice because of the possibility that it may be a non-commercial.
Because it's that side of the sign, the commercial message really doesn't make sense, right?
I know it doesn't.
Yeah.
It was just semantics,
Yeah.
right?
It was more just to take advantage of the space, so you didn't have a blank face in the back.
Okay. I didn't have any other questions. Our virtual folks, any questions from you guys?
Not for me.
Not for me.
Okay, Commissioner Hall?
I love the refresh here. I
Looking-
do. I've always loved that old center and love what's going on there.
Okay, Commissioner Hall, you were
Oh, I was
saying-
just looking at Google Maps, this area is surrounded by single family and multifamily.
Yeah, there are apartments on, I can't remember where the
It's on the same side.
the same side,
Yeah.
that's where I remembered it, but I got so
Yeah.
turned around dodging cars trying to hit me over there.
We're trying to fix that.
I was saying, I hope you're doing something about
Yeah.
traffic management, because I think, Scott, you had some concerns when you did the 360 camera video.
Yeah.
When we did this,
That's
sign
one of the
district.
things we're working to fix, because it's,
Yeah, because it's sort of like kamikaze.
it's a little bit of a free-for-all, yeah.
Yeah.
And across the street is some project housing across from Illinois, one end of it.
Yeah, but if I remember, David, those were like brick and mortar, weren't they? It was not,
They're older.
yeah, but
They've,
sometimes the older are better built than some of the
Yeah.
newer apartments that are put up in
Yeah,
10
the
years
newer
later, they
stuff-
start
the
to
newer stuff is on the
deteriorate
same
more
side.
rapidly, yeah. Cause I remember I didn't see anything that looked like what
Yeah.
you would say is affordable housing. It all looked very nice, very well kept, and I love the
Yeah.
fact that it was surrounded with
But then
trees.
it's all nice
family
neighborhoods on
oriented.
the other side.
Yeah, okay. Gee, we wanted to see. Okay. Any other questions? Do you have any
So
questions?
did you want a motion to approve with a change to that purpose? So could we change the may in this approval? Or is that going back to the actual sign district language?
I don't think.
I'd have to
we
look at the
actually-
ordinance, 'cause
Because
Well,
that would probably be a change of sign district rather than this approval. Because, I mean, this is meeting,
well,
it, so I don't
it's
think
a
there's an
good
issue
point,
with
really,
this.
because it's just. Nobody else in the world will probably do that, and I apologize.
I'm gonna hire you to do all my proofing though, that's for sure.
If we were to request like a new panel face in the future, would that go through that review for?
It would have to, well, let's see, the size of that one would mean. Be a director approval, couldn't it, Scott?
no, I think all,
All the perimeter stuff.
Um,
Yeah, I don't think there's any issue with this sign, it's complying and
Okay.
it's,
yeah, I
they're
just,
bringing what they promised they would do, they brought it to us the way they presented
Okay.
it before, so I don't.
then my objection, and that's just how I'm gonna take a look.
I appreciate that.
Okay, do we have a motion then, guys? Was there any other comment from your area, guys? 'Cause I
No,
didn't mean to
just-
shut you out of the discussion.
No, quite all right. Just the basic intent of these signs were, we get a fair amount of traffic into the center from those entrances coming from the north down Vernon. So this was really to create a better arrival experience so people aren't just driving into a back shopping
Right,
center.
center to back of the house.
Exactly. So that's with the project, that's why you see the increased landscaping and we'll, pay some more attention to the back of the house to make it feel like.
Okay.
So
I'll move to approve.
Okay, Commissioner Hall moved to approve, and do we have a second, Tim?
This is Todd. I'll second.
Okay, second by Tom. Okay, we're going to roll call vote. Murphy, your vote, please, sir.
I vote to approve.
Okay, Todd,
I vote to approve.
David, Commissioner Hall, since it's your motion.
Yes.
And chair votes aye. So do we have any other discussion on these signs? And then if not, we can move on to the minutes. No further discussion. Scott, any new business that we're not aware of?
No.
Okay. Thank you
Minutes.
so much for coming, Brett, and thank you for joining us virtually, guys.
thank you for the.
We approved last meeting's minutes.
Yeah, there was one change to the minutes, which I caught before Scott reprinted them.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
it was just a copy and paste error, so we do need a vote on the minutes then. Have you all had a chance to review them?
Mhm.
Any changes or additions to
No,
the
ma'am.
minutes? No.
No changes.
Okay, then
I'll motion to
David,
approve.
David moves to approve, and do we have a second for approval of the minutes? As stated,
Second.
Commissioner Hall seconds.
Second.
And then we get to vote virtually again. Todd, your vote?
I accepted.
Murphy?
Aye, accepted.
David?
Aye. Arr.
Okay, and I didn't warn you that Murphy is our class clown.
Oh,
The nice
We
thing-
love you, Murphy.
the Nice thing that is on.
Yeah, Commissioner Hall, they don't allow
Oh,
me
yeah.
there anymore. That's why I'm virtual.
You can turn off his speaker.
I don't know if you heard David, he said that the advantage of having you join us virtually is that we can
You,
mute you.
you can cut me off at any time. If I was there, you'd never be able to shut me down.
Okay, then based on the minutes being approved, we've conducted all of our business, so the meeting is hereby adjourned.
Go.
Thanks, everybody. Our time is, 10:37. We went through this pretty well.
Hi,
Thanks.
Todd.
Easy to go over.
They got to you. They put us through the ringer the first time, so.
We really tortured them,
No.
held their feet to the fire on everything.
No, that's quite right. We